Howdy, Rebel fan. Welcome to episode 7 of the Rebel Nation Conversation. I am Umrebelfan69. My co-host over there is the Themetalreb. Together we make up the Rebel Nation Conversation podcast, and that's your one-stop shop for uninformed and non-expert Ole Miss report conversation. How was your week, Metal? Tell me about it.
Very busy. Very busy, man. We were rolling at work, so had a good week. How about you?
Well, like I said, I was kind of a bit under the weather there at the end of it. The weather kind of up and down, got my sinuses going. I wasn't feeling too spiffy. Feeling a lot better now, though. So
Yeah.
But,
Big week coming up.
yeah, big week. And kind of, some big stuff has happened here over the last, in the Ole Miss front, we kind of always try to start with Ole Miss news. Anything right now, I'm not getting any practice information. I don't know about you, but it'd be on the staff side, especially for 2026. What do you, I tried to get a reset out of Neil and Chase yesterday, and I got one from a poster. Seemed to be pretty informed, but he, I don't know him. All I know for sure right now is that Pete Golding has hired John David Baker as the OC, and Kevin Bolden's coming back as something. I think may have a co-OC title. I don't know, but before when he was with us, he was recruiting coordinator.
Yeah, he wouldn't have an on the field staff position, would he?
No, and that's kind of what I asked. I asked on the board, is he going to have any on-field coaching this time? And not that we know about, but he.
Yeah, I don't think that's his. I don't think that's his thing. I'll say this about the staff and all the news that's going around and everything. Man, I don't know, man. We're not hiring people that other schools are clamoring for. And that's just the damn fact of the matter. And I don't know, maybe it hits. I saw we got Spurlock back.
Well, that's one of the things that's going around right now. But what I just read on the board just right before we signed on here is Neil's trying to confirm whether he's going to be wide receivers coach.
Really?
It's going to be something. But it's going to be one guy saying it's an analyst position, but it was originally posted on there as wide receivers coach.
Well, what about Moncrief?
Moncrief was an analyst too, or something. I don't know.
I just don't know what to expect, man. My brother asked me last week, he said, what you thinking? I just don't know. It feels like, and I mentioned this to you, it feels like that the message board community is a lot of nervous energy right now. And man, there's a lot of posters that are normally somewhat reasonable that have just lost it. And I don't know if it's the stress of everything, the uncertainty, whatever, but the board's pretty much miserable right now. And you and I both commented on to that effect on there. And it is a few posters making the most noise, but I've noticed a lot of guys who are normally pretty solid that are just off the rails too. So what do you think about that?
I can get the angst about it for once, maybe twice, a couple posts or maybe even commenting, but to constantly come back and find something to complain about.
Over and over.
It is what it is, and we just have to see what it is. I have to hope that Keith Carter has set up this contract with Pete Golding in such a way that is going to be low in buyout, low in terms, but heavy on the incentive side. If he gets us 8 wins, he gets X amount of bonus. Gets us 9 wins, X amount. you go to the damn playoffs, get us in the playoffs, a big time bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
And so we got to we got to have our way out. When you're a first time head coach, you've got no real leverage, right? So we should hold the leverage in this conversation.
yeah, and I've seen some complaining um about the contract, saying we're paying him too much. One guy said we could have promised him a 6-pack of beer and a carton of cigarettes, and he'd have took the job. I mean, we don't want an embarrassing contract out there, but I mean, $7 million a year. Do you think that's fair?
Well, I mean, it's just kind of the fit, the where we're at right now.
That's
Believe
that's
it or
kind of
not,
the way I see it.
right? Believe it or not, this whole deal with Lane, not just with us, but with LSU, Florida, everybody driving the price up on this, it's reset the market.
Yeah, and we knew it would.
It has reset.
We knew it would. And $7 million a year for Pete Golding, on the one hand, it's insanity, but on the other hand, that makes him what? 10th highest paid coach in the conference? 12th? Something like that.
Well, and I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. He's not right up there in the top tier. And let's say this: I haven't looked at the language in so if my deal is if it's the buyouts is low and everything, I'm fine with us paying him a decent salary right off the bat. And but as long as we can get away with it, get away from it if it turns out bad, it was a bad choice. But we really didn't have a choice.
Not really.
There was no mitigation clause in our contract. I found that out last week. There was no mitigation clause. That means we were on the hook for $36 million plus, no matter what he did.
No matter what. So LSU hiring him would not have offset that.
No, it wasn't. Not one bit, because without it. So we were on the hook. We had to let him play this out. He held all the leverage.
Yeah.
And the guy that I was talking to about that was kind of, he was pretty informative on it. He's like, or not informative, but he was level headed. He was like, could you imagine if we'd lost Lane in 23? If we hadn't, if it come out to find out that we lost him because we put a mitigation clause in there and he wouldn't sign and went somewhere and we lost him, and people would have lost their minds. They would have lost his minds that we let it. But now we're all upset because we didn't have one.
Well, I can't say I'm really upset about that, because the guy had won enough games to where he called all the shots.
Right.
And that's the price you pay, I guess, when you're winning 10, 11 games a year. But that's over. We can't fix that. That's gone. Lane's gone. Lane's done. I'm sick of hearing his name.
I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of he's on my feeds. Everywhere I look on it, he shows up. I guess because, I mean, he's just showing up in everything.
It's just the algorithms. That's the same thing for me. But back to Pete. Let me ask you another way. Do you think it's fair to the product we see Saturday night from Pete? Do you think that's going to be a good indication on what the Pete Golding era looks like? Or is that fair?
I honestly don't know how to answer that. First off, these players ain't. I mean, he might have recruited the defensive side of the ball, but these players, as far as the way they play on the team, I think they're gonna. I honestly think they can go out there and play the game, and I don't know if that's going to be definitive on him. But if they suck, can we blame that 100% on him? No, I don't think so. Because it's just been so much happened here. I see us having a tough time with this ball game coming up.
I do too. I do too. Everybody's saying blowout, and I'm like, man, where have you been? Now the only thing to that is Tulane has been through I'm not going to say a similar situation, but still, they're losing their coach too. And man, from all I've seen and read, their guy is burning the candle at both ends. I can't imagine them being completely prepared for this. Unless he's got some arrangement and he has just pretty much turned over the game plan to his staff at Tulane.
Well, I mean, I see us having. We're not going to flow like we did, even though. But I tell you what, I've kind of looked back. I mean, Charlie Weiss is what it is. With him being there, I think that's going to kind of give us a little stability through the game.
It makes me feel a lot better. That makes me feel a lot better. And let me slide this in. Even though it's not official, Kevin Smith is gone. I mean, we shouldn't pretend that there's any chance that he's staying with us. That's Kiffin's guy.
Yeah. Well, here I got it. Right. So the reset on the 2026 staff. I got all right. John David Baker is an OC. Color me right now. Just color me underwhelmed with that.
If you're underwhelmed with that, then the other moves.
Yeah.
You're going.
Yeah. All right. O line is Garrison. Joe Judge hopefully staying in as quarterbacks. Running backs right now we don't know. Right. Kevin Smith, like you just said. Pretty much he's a target, but man, he ain't staying.
Nah, he ain't
But they
staying.
were talking about Frank Wilson, right? So, man, I think that would be that's a pretty good hire.
Would Lane be stupid enough not to retain that guy?
If he wants Kevin Smith, I don't see how he can keep both.
I
They don't
mean,
both want to coach. They don't want to coach under Lane Kiffin that bad. I don't think.
okay. I didn't realize that. So Frank Wilson has been the running backs coach.
Well, I mean,
That's
yeah.
that's
I
been
obviously I don't know, but I feel like that's what he's going to be at Ole Miss. I kind of felt like that's what he'd be there.
yeah. I feel that way too, but I don't feel. Well, I feel that's the way he would be at Ole Miss, but I think they could find something else for him to do at LSU just to have him.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a good hire, or good to have, especially
Yeah,
around the New Orleans area. Recruiting
yeah.
that's a talent rich area.
Man, he was a big part of those recruiting classes that Coach O had at Ole Miss.
Yep.
He was a big part of that. Those Louisiana kids, Mike Wallace, I think Kentrell Lockett, Brandon Bolden, all those guys are Frank Wilson guys.
I'd like to have him. So
I'd
at
love
the
to
end of
have
the
Frank
day, if we don't
Wilson.
get, I mean, why am I so worried about Kevin Smith? K1 Lacey, obvious, and
That's it. That's the only reason.
do you believe that phone call? I honestly think it's AI. And it shows the dangerous area we're in right now. They can fake anything they want.
Man,
And it was
I
sound
think
like
it's real.
I don't know.
I think it's real. Every part about it sounded exactly like what Lane would say.
All right, wide
But
receivers right now unknown, but look like possibly Michael Spurlock right now. Derek Nixon, like earlier on,
about
like
that
he was.
McDonald.
Uh,
You heard anything about him?
don't even know
Okay.
his name, to be honest with
All right, let's keep moving. I guess I think I got my wires crossed from him.
you. Derek Nixon, like he might have been on the radar there for a little while, but now it's like I'd seen Gainesville earlier, but then here lately they were talking about maybe he's going to Bama.
It seems to me like things have not gone like he was expecting them to go, Derek Nick.
I think Derek Nix thought he'd get an OC job.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think so too.
So
And I don't feel like he had a backup plan for that not happening because
well, if he ends up at Bama, that's not bad, but he won't be OC there either.
he ain't gonna be OC there.
He wants play calling duties. Now, to be honest with you, Auburn looked like they had a pulse once he took over play calling duties when he got fired. They actually started scoring points.
Mm-hmm.
Now that don't mean I want him calling my plays. I like Derek Nix. I liked him a lot when he was on staff here, especially recruiting in the state of Mississippi. But honestly, with you, Bolden, is just as good at the state of Mississippi as Derek Nix is. On the defensive side of the ball, obviously right now, Brian Brown as possibly on the DC.
Pete's making a mistake by not having a DC.
Oh, I think he's going to have one, but I think he wants to call the plays. Does Kirby call plays? Defensive side?
I don't think so, man. That Glenn Schumann looks like he's definitely calling plays for Georgia. I don't know that for a fact, but he sure looks like he is. He is definitely highly engaged defensively for them.
What about Brent Venables?
I don't know.
I don't know of anybody that can stand on that and run a sideline, but also run a unit too.
Yeah, Coach O tried to do it when he was here.
Yeah, but Coach, I don't know if we can. Is that apples to apples? I don't.
I don't know.
Did Coach O after he learned a little bit went on at LSU? Did he coach defensive side of the ball and call defensive plays?
No, he did not.
Because he had Joe Aranda, right? Or Joe, Aranda.
Dave Aranda, Joe Brady.
Joe Brady, yeah. But he had Aranda when he won that title, right?
Yep.
With Burrow?
19. Which they weren't even great on defense that year.
No,
but their offense was historic.
John Rice Plumlee just literally ran all over them in that one game.
Yeah, he put 40 points on them. We still lost by 2 touchdowns.
Oh yeah. I mean, we were outclassed. Ain't no doubt about it. But if we had any kind of a defense whatsoever, we could have won that football game. If you score 40 freaking points, you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
That's your defense lost that something.
Yeah.
Defensive line is like Joyner is confirmed coming back. Inside linebacker, promoting Jay Shoup. Outside linebacker, Matt Kitchens, another promotion. Wes Neighbors is safety. And, cornerbacks, Brian Brown still. I don't know. Special teams, Schoonover. But again, this is the 2026 staff, and I really don't want to. I mean, me and you got the luxury of looking ahead and trying to do it, but at the same time, I want to. I just hope we win Saturday and go into these quarters. But and I know our staff is solid for the playoff run, but 2026 don't look good, man. What would you think would be a good record in 2026 right now? If we told you could have this record right now, guaranteed.
Dude, I wouldn't be mad about 8-4 at all, especially opening with Louisville and playing 9 SEC games.
That was even
that would be
not be
a job well done.
Right, and that's exactly what I see.
Yeah.
He's got to be considered for coach of the year if we get to 8-4. That's me. And a bowl game. We wouldn't get it, obviously, but
it just depends on so many factors, man. I wonder what's going on in Austin Simmons' world.
I don't know. Did you watch that Siski? Right. When the podcast you sent me, Coach JB, where Siski popped in there with AJ McCarron and
that was a really good episode.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it once I got it. That was one of them days I just wasn't feeling well, and I kind of just turned it on and listened to it while I was laughing. But when Siski said something, and I need to go back and listen to it. He said something in there about the only person that wanted to keep him. It sounded like he said the starting quarterback.
It was Trinidad.
Huh.
It was Chambliss.
I thought Chambliss was totally 100% on the leadership committee and wanted him gone.
That's not the way I understood it.
Well, that's not the way I understood it. It sounded like he said Chambliss, and I just thought for a minute,
Yeah.
he's got to be talking about Simmons.
Yeah, I think it was Chambliss. And from Chambliss' side of it, I understand that. You want the least amount of variables moving forward. You know, this is going to be disrupting not having Kiffin there after what he's, you know, the language he's heard in his helmet for the first 12 games and comfortability, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's disappointing, really, to me, though. I mean, I was hoping he was more into Ole Miss than.
What do you think about Jackson Dart's comment?
I thought it was right along the lines of what I expected him to say. He wasn't going to talk bad about Kiffin.
No.
But at the same time, he wasn't going to talk bad about Ole Miss. I think that kid loved being at Ole Miss.
Yeah, he straddled the fence like a pro.
I mean, that's about all
He wasn't going to just trash Kiffin.
And, well, as far as Ole Miss news, I think that's about as far as we can go. I mean, unless you've got something else that you could just lay on, because we ain't got any practice news. I hadn't saw one single practice report. Have they practiced any? Or they're just doing these small walks?
They were to report this weekend and get ready for a game week, like a normal game week. So I think they're getting going now. Probably today. We just need to play a football game, man. We need to. I have no idea what to expect.
Well, none of us do.
I just don't know. I have no idea what's coming.
This game wouldn't surprise me no matter what happens.
No matter what.
We can go out there and win by 5 touchdowns again.
Yeah, 3-point win.
Because I know they can do it.
Yeah.
We can go out there and get beat by them, and I'll be like, well, it don't surprise me.
Now, from one thing that's good is from a health standpoint, we are in really good shape.
Yeah.
I think everybody's ready to go. Daquan Wright was battling an ankle, and I think he's going to be good, and I think everybody's ready.
Well, that's good news. Well, when we for the most part, man, we've handled we avoided the injury bug all season. That's kind of the one reason why we're 11-1. To be honest with you, because we didn't have the depth.
And the one we had turned out to be a blessing in
disguise. Right. Now, I ain't going to say Austin may have, progressed and became better and better, man. But I mean, at Trinidad, I ain't going to lie to you, that guy.
He worked, man.
Every week. He just impressed me.
Something about his style worked. Yep. It just all worked, We just need to just ready to get it going.
Yeah, we got to spot the ball. We got to put the ball down and we got to watch it. I mean, and I'm so ready, man. I kind of thought one weekend without football wouldn't be that bad, but man, I was just
it's been terrible.
About drive me crazy. I didn't even watch, but I didn't watch the Army Navy game, so I don't.
Well, I think I didn't either, but I think part of the angst is the circumstances. If none of that had happened and we were just getting ready for the game, I think we would be just excited and ready to go.
Yeah, all this stuff that has went down. It's just took the air out of our sails, man.
I tell you this, what we hadn't really allowed ourselves to think about is what's waiting on us should we win that Tulane game.
Oh, Georgia's sitting there right there. That's the consolation prize, is to get to play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, though. I mean, I still
lucky us, huh?
Hey, look, I still like the major league analogy though from the movie Major League. Let's just win the whole fucking thing.
I'm down.
I'd lovely. That'd be lovely to see, but dang, we got a pretty hard road to hoe. All right. Well, last week I kind of challenged you to, just because we didn't have a game, we knew we weren't going to have a game to talk about. We had to have something to fulfill our minds here. I asked you to make a case for Vanderbilt to have gotten in the college football playoff. You got any argument there?
Well, it's a simple one, man. 10-2. It's Vanderbilt. They've got a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback. Americans love a good sports story. There it is. Vanderbilt's 10-2. And I know what you're going to say, or I know what everybody said. They just didn't have the big signature quality win. But man, their two losses.
Were not bad losses.
Playoff team.
Yep.
Nope.
Not
That's not true. That's not true. Texas is not a playoff team.
Well, I'm fixing to make a case for them. That was my charge, remember?
So, but man, my case for Vanderbilt at 10-2, if they're not going to get in, you've really got your work cut out for you with 9-3 Texas.
Well, I'm not, but I'm not going to convince you, obviously. But at the same time, I said I'd take it on. We didn't have nothing to do. Obviously, the Vanderbilt team was easier to try to make an argument for, but
Yeah.
So anyway, I broke it down. All right, the first game of the year, you lost by 7 to the number 1 at the time, the number 2 in the final poll, Ohio State in Columbus. But the bad loss on their record, obviously, was a 29-21 loss to Florida. But then they lost, and then they got blown smooth the hell out by Georgia. But again, a playoff team.
That Florida loss, that was their 2024 Ole Miss Kentucky loss.
Right. Yes, it was.
Just unforgivable.
So we got, to kind of summarize it, all right, they got a 9-3 record. Bad losses was obviously Florida, but their good losses was only a 7-point loss to eventual number 2 college football playoff team, Ohio State. That was in the shoe at Columbus. Close wins that shouldn't have been that close. Obviously, it was an overtime win against Kentucky, an overtime win against Mississippi State, but they still won them. And you have to figure out ways to make those games. If you get to 11-1, 10-2, whatever, you're going to have to win a game that you should have won by a mile, but you're going to have to win by guts at the end of it. But the good wins, man, they beat Oklahoma, the eventual number 8 college football playoff team. A 10-2 Vanderbilt. They missed it, the playoff team, but they're still a damn good team. And they had a win over the number 3 team, the number 7 final college football playoff team, Texas A&M. So in summation, my deal is Texas is a good football team that had struggles early on, but they did what good football teams do. They improve as the season progresses. The mid-season struggles against Kentucky and Mississippi State, both on the road. And me and you both know on the state game, you don't put them cowbells out early, they can truly affect the game. And you would think Texas is good enough that the noise wouldn't bother them. That's a different type of noise, and you know it is.
Well, let's see. Texas, Georgia, and Ole Miss are the only playoff teams that beat multiple playoff teams.
Yeah.
So I get it. You can't lose Florida.
It was a decent resume, but I mean, if you're going to put a 3-loss team in there, you can't put. I don't. Honestly, I mean, like I'm supposed to be making the case for them, but I don't think you can put them in over at Alabama at 3 losses. And obviously the committee felt that same way.
Well, Alabama.
I don't know where. Here's my main deal: is who would you take out of the playoff right now to put Texas in?
Okay, that's easy.
Miami.
Well, that
I
kind
want
of
James
goes.
Madison out, but I can't. My hands are tied. The committee says the rules.
That I was gonna say that kind of brings us to our next topic. I guess we'll say that one for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the break on that one, but
Yeah.
again, with the way that the rules are right now, I can't take James Madison out.
Yeah.
So
Well, then.
It's got to be Miami or Alabama. That's the only two
Yeah.
teams you could take out to put another 3-loss team in there. So now, your case on Vanderbilt, I think it'd be kind of a coin flip between them and Miami. But the Notre Dame
And my point, because I did think about that a lot this week about how it's. I mean, if there's some objectivity here, just the story, the ultimate underdog, Vanderbilt Commodores. I mean, they're sitting over there finally for once in their life. They win 10 football games playing in the Southeastern Conference and still can't make the playoff.
Yep. Kind of as a segue out of that deal with Vanderbilt, did you catch old Pavia's comments last night? He didn't if he said those things, he didn't lose with humility, did he?
I don't know that I've seen it.
He said he was robbed. It was several. It was pretty bad comments
Of the Heisman?
about the Heisman deal.
Did not even know that.
So yeah, he was
So
not very.
he wasn't gracious in defeat.
He was not gracious in defeat.
So what ought he say?
I'd have to. I'd have to kind of looked at some of it earlier today and have done. I lost my pointer here. There it is.
Well, you want to button this one up?
Yeah. Let's button it up, but let's go ahead and put a little break on here. Rebel fans, that's all for episode 7. Please, if you like what we're putting out there, please subscribe, like, and share, and as always, comment and let us know what we can do better. Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy.